Hey, all right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the Poor Man's Gold channel, and I got a new red book, right? So I've been sort of on a little kick lately about like getting stuff from my birth year, right? The year of my birth, and you always say, oh, I was born in such and such a year. I was born, whenever, but do you really know, like what was going on, in the world, in the year of your birth? Because you were a freaking baby. You didn't know what the hell's going on, right? So anyway, lately I've been on a 1967 kick. I'm trying to get, just some items from 1967, the year of my birth. So, I did eBay this, guide to United States coins. 1967, 20th edition, 1967. Cost $1.75 for the red book back then, and this thing, I've been going through it, and it's really it's got all the coins, you know what I mean, up until 1967, of course, but the prices, some of the prices on some of these coins are just crazy funny to me, and for the really, rare coins, they were a lot of $1967, you know what I mean? There were definitely some of these coins that were definitely fetching, good money for $1967, you know what I mean? But other more, common, or, other dates like that, what the prices are just hilarious on them. I wish we could get these prices, today on some of these coins. And we're going to take a look at this book in 1 minute, but I just wanted to let you know a couple of events, a few events that were that happened in 1967. I was born 1967. Lyndon B. Johnson was president of the United States. The first lady was Lady Bird Johnson, the lovely Lady Bird Johnson, right? So LBJ is my president when I was born. Charlie Chaplin launched his last film, A Countess from Hong Kong. In Vietnam, USMC and ARVN troops launch Operation Deckhouse 5 in the Mekong Delta. In Vietnam, Operation Cedar Falls starts. There's a lot of Vietnam-related things happened in 1967. The Human Be-In starts in Golden State Park in San Francisco. This event set the stage for the Summer of Love. The Green Bay Packers defeat the Kansas City Chiefs 35-10 in the first AFL-NFL World Championship game, 1967. 1967 also had Chicago's largest ever blizzard. NASA launched the Lunar Orbiter 3. The Soviet Union announced that it has sent troops near the Chinese border. The 25th Amendment to the Constitution is enacted. Also, 1967, Jimmy Hoffa starts an 8-year sentence for trying to bribe a jury. Joseph Stalin's daughter defects to the United States. The body of John F. Kennedy is moved to a permanent resting place in Arlington National Cemetery. The Grateful Dead debut their first album, The Grateful Dead. Charles Manson is released from Terminal Island and relocates to San Francisco for the Summer of Love. Pretty interesting here. The first Boeing 737, the A100 series, takes its maiden flight. 1967, the first 737 took its maiden flight. That's awesome. Elvis Presley married Priscilla in Las Vegas, 1967, the year I was born. Super cool, man. And I did, like, you don't know all these things until you start, like, looking around, and lately I've definitely been on a little 1967 kick, you know what I mean? The Summer of Love. Jimi Hendrix released his debut album, Are You Experienced, in 1967. The Beatles released Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album. The Soviet Union severs diplomatic relations with Israel. The Monterey Pop Festival begins for 3 days. Monterey Pop, 2 years before Woodstock, right? In the UK, the first color TV broadcasts begin. So, first color TV broadcasts begin in the UK in 1967. Also, the Pink Floyd released their debut album in the UK. Pink Floyd, first album, 1967, released it in the UK. And just not to keep you any longer than I have to on this 1967 stuff, but in Vietnam, the Marines begin Operation Cochise in the Khe Sanh Valley. So all these things went on in the year of my birth. So, yeah. So anyway, you're all familiar with the United States, you know, the Red Book, right? So I got my 2022 copy here, but we're going to go back right now 56 years to 1967. We'll take a look at some of the coin values, right, in 1967. And I think 1967 would be an awesome time for coin roll hunters, right? But at that point, all the half dollars were still, at least 40%. And if anybody actually coin roll hunted, which I'm sure they were, man, I'm sure they were. It would have been like a coin roll hunter's paradise, right? In 1967, you'd be getting all the Benjis, all the Walkers, barbers, stuff like that, I'm sure, and, just common bankrolled stuff. But this was, how long before, coin roll hunters could come on YouTube and say, and do a box of halves, you know what I mean? But anyway, this book must have belonged to an H.S. Gressman or something like that, but it's 56 years old, right? So you got the guidebook to United States coins, and it has all the basic crap, that they have in every book. The bar cent. Okay, we got some weird stuff here. We got half cents. Washington pieces. Large cents. Large cents. Flying Eagle cents. Let's see what a Flying Eagle cent was going for in 1967. Wow, big money for the 1856. $675 in a good, but then you get the 1857 for $450, right? So pretty hefty prices even for the flying cent pennies. In 1967. So Indian head cents. What's the key Indian head penny? 1909, I believe. I feel like this thing is missing a page there somewhere, but either way. Okay, we got the 1909 SVDB. The 1909 SVDB, 484,000 minted. $125. All the way up to $300 for an unk, right? So $300 for an unk 1909 SVDB. That's a pretty good deal nowadays. You got the 1914D. The 14D was running $42.50, $50, $75, even up to $700 in 1967 for an unk 1914D. You can't shake a stick at that. So anyway, we'll move on a little bit. 2 cent pieces. Nickel 5 cent, 3 cent nickels. Buffalo nickels. Jefferson nickels. Okay, silver 3 cent pieces. That's interesting because I know they're pretty costly nowadays. So the silver 3 cent pieces were costing you quite a bit of money back then for the proofs. But the regular 3 cent silvers, $5, $10, 3.50, $8, $15 for a better for unks, $47. And I'm sure there were a lot of unks there, right? Back then. Or at least in a very fine, right? A very fine, you could get some 3 cent silvers for 16, 13, $42. Very cool. Half dimes, dimes. Let's check the dimes. What do we got here on dimes? Let's check the 1916. Let's check the 1916D. Ooh, you could get a 1916D Mercury dime for good for $90, right? But you could, for an unk, you could go all the way up to $750, and $750 in 1967, I'm sure was a pretty penny, but still, I mean, you can't even look at a good 1916D nowadays. You can't even look at it for $750, right? So yeah. But, all the other dimes here were like 35 cents, 65 cents, 60 cents. And that's for the early dates. And I'm digging it, man. I'm digging, going through this book here. Got the old quarters. Okay, let's see, for an 1847... quarter, what was that? The seeded 1847? Yeah, it looks like it might have been seeded. So for a seeded quarter back then, $4 and good. Up to $50 for an unk. But that's for a seeded, man. $50. Like I said, you can't even dream about a friggin' an unk seeded Liberty quarter for $50. And yeah, it does have all the mint, stuff. All the let's check the half dollars here. Look at it, 1827. Was that a bust? 1827 bust dollars, $12.50. $18 in a very good, $25 in a fine. Man, you can't go wrong on that. I wish I was stacking back then, right? If I was stacking back then, as an infant, it would have been a beautiful thing. I blame my father. My father should have been fucking buying all this shit in 1967. I blame my father. Damn it. But what do we got here? We got barbers. What's the key dates on the barbers? I think it's 1890 something. Yeah, check it out on the Barber Halves. $1892, $2.50. 1892 S, $20. 1894 Barber. The prices over here, they're pretty up there. You know what I mean? The more, the higher grade you get, the VF, the extra fines, the unks, the prices are pretty high for 1967. You know what I mean? But the lowers, the goods, the very goods, the fines, $10, $15 for a fine barber, right? Can't go wrong with that. So, and I mean, 1909. I mean, 1967. Grading companies weren't even, a thing yet. You know what I mean? They weren't even thought of, and everything was word of mouth, or um, dealer to dealer, or coin shows, mail order coins. You know what I mean? I'm sure, and yeah. So just some awesome prices on these. Let's check the silver dollar. Let's check a Morgan dollar here. Looks like we're on the Morgans. Let me see here. Okay, 1878 Carson City in a very fine, $3.75. $5 for an extra fine. $11 for an unk. $11 for an unk. 1878 Carson City. 1879 Carson City. $12.50 for a very fine. $12.50. Damn it. Look at this. All these Carson City varieties here. $25, $30 for a fine, extra fine. Up to 60 or 70 for an unk. It's awesome. Crazy prices back then. But the dollar did buy more. The dollar was stronger. An 1883 Carson City. $11 in a very fine. $14 in an extra fine. $25 for an unk. 1883 Carson City. Unbelievable. 1884, $27.50. Look at the prices on these things. Crazy, man. $7.50 for a fine 1889 Carson City. Let's check the 1893 S or something, 1895, something like that. Okay, yeah, 1893 S, right over there. $275 in a very fine. So, man, for $275 on an 1893 S Morgan in a very fine, you can't go wrong. But, geez, in an unk, they were going all the way up to $4,600. That's like today's prices, you know what I mean? For a minimum for an 1893 S. I mean, you'll be stealing it for $4,600 nowadays, but super cool. You have the whole thing here. Let's check the, we got half eagles. Half eagles are crazy prices. Gold half eagles. Check the prices out on the eagles. These are double. Where's the double eagles? Look at this double eagle. $20 gold pieces. Check out the prices on a double eagle. $75, $95, $65, $110. Well, this one must have been a low mintage here, the 1854 O double eagle, $20 gold piece, $1,000. See, that's a lot of money in 67. But also in 67, to get a $20 gold piece, you could go as low as $75, $65. Unbelievable on these friggin' things. And that's in a fine. I mean, a very fine double eagle, $20 gold piece. $100, right? $1.25, $95, $85. Unbelievable, man. My father should have been stacking these fucking things like a lunatic, right? But he he had it rough his whole life too, you know what I mean? So the bottom line is, look at this, an 1891 Carson City double eagle, $225 in a fine. $225. You can't even get a 10-ounce friggin' generic bar for that nowadays. And you were getting a Carson City double eagle gold for those prices. So crazy book, crazy times, right? Commemoratives. Let's just take a quick look at the commemoratives. The Isabella quarter, the Lafayette dollar. Lafayette dollar, $85. Battle of Antietam. The Boone dollar, the Daniel Boone commemorative dollar. Check it out. Check those prices out. $15 for the Daniel Boone. Great prices. Got the California, Cincinnati. Okay, the Colombian Expo dollar. We're all familiar with these. How much were these going for? $2. 2, 3, 5, 7. The 1893 is a little the better date, I believe. South Carolina sesquicentennial, $100. Jeez. All right, we got yeah. So this is basically all the commemorative halves. I would love to get a commemorative half book going, but man, the prices on commemoratives nowadays are just insane, man. They're friggin' insane. The Pilgrim Tercentenary, $13.50, $6 for a good Jesus. Roanoke Island, Old Spanish Trail. Oh, I love these old Spanish trails, man. Great design on these things. How much? How much, Mother Flower? The Stone Mountains. We all know the Stone Mountains, right? How much will the Stone Mountains go? How can that be right? Oh, that's right. $4.50. Oh, that must have been from the page before. Yeah, the Stone Mountain ones, $4.50. You can't touch those for that price anymore, for sure. And we got the Booker T's. Booker T's are very common nowadays, at least. You know, the Booker T. Yeah, they're going $3, $4, $16 for the set. The Washington Carver, relatively common nowadays. $20 for the set. You know, not crazy common, but the Washington Carvers are cool for sure. And the commemorative golds. So anyway, some crazy prices on a lot of cool coins, and some high prices on a lot of cool coins, right? 56 years ago. But you know, it is what it is, man. Prices go up, everything goes up, right? We're all feeling it, and we're all, you know, we're all feeling it, man. It's times are tough, but you know what? Times have always been tough for every generation. You know what I mean? And people, they persevere, they get through it. They, you know, they keep on keeping on, and that's about that. And I've been keeping on for since 1967. So, I guess we can call that that. I'm probably going to try to edit this video down a little bit, but yeah, subscribe, comment, like, and share. All that stuff helps the channel, helps me out. You know what I mean? And that's about that. So we got 24 minutes in here, so it's pretty long here. If I edit it down, I might get it down a few minutes, but that's the bottom line. 1967, the year of PMG. And yeah, I encourage everybody to get a red book from your year of birth, man. Check out the friggin' coin prices, you know what I mean? Do a little research on your birth year, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of stuff that I didn't, you know was going on in the year of my birth, and it's pretty interesting. And I just picked up a 1967. Well, I didn't just pick it up, but I did pick up a 1967 Zippo. This is not it, but I got it stored away in my drawer there, and 1967 Zippo still clicks. You know what I mean? Still works, and it's in pretty good condition. And yeah, so yeah, I'm on a little year of my birth kick, so that's about that, and we'll call that that. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll keep you. I'll talk to you guys soon, and yeah, that's that. Later.